Good morning and welcome into another day of Words of Encouragement. Words of Encouragement with Martin Houston. I am running for mayor of Tuscaloosa, but before I get into today's conversation, I truly want to say that this is a day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. I encourage you to take some time today to notice someone, love someone, serve someone, be the difference you want to see in the world today. The reason today is such a special day is it kicks off Black History Month, as we'll celebrate the history of African Americans throughout the upcoming 28 days. I want to encourage you to take time to make some time to celebrate that history. Now, you may be of the mindset that, well, why do we set aside 1 month to celebrate Black history or African American history? I agree with that sentiment. I think that Black history should be woven throughout the history of American history, and that it should not have to be celebrated or recognized for 1 month. But of course, we know as we've moved throughout our country and nation's history, that has not always been the case. And I would like to thank Dr. Carter Woodson, who kind of set the foundation for this month. And he said something, this was about 1915 or so. He said as he was going through studying at the University of Chicago and at Harvard, getting his PhD, both of those degrees in history, he noticed that Black history was underrepresented in the books and conversations that shaped the study of American history. And he wanted to do that. And according to many, the way many historians taught the nation's past, African Americans were barely a part of that story, a narrative that he wanted to change. And thus that led to the foundation of Black History Month, which was, many years later, but that was kind of the starting point. The part that I want to talk about today is, first of all, that we shouldn't have to have this day, but this month, but we do, because Black history is not always represented in a way. Many people don't know the history and foundation, and I don't even know the history and foundation as well as I should, and because it was not taught as a part of our regular education. So I pray that the day comes when Black history, African American history, American history is so intertwined that all of our children, Black, white, and any other ethnic group, is taught what Blacks have contributed to this country. What I want to do from this point on is go back to one great American who still to this day impacts my life in ways I cannot even begin imagining. That's Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He said that he had a dream of one day that people will be judged by the content of their character and not the color of that skin. And I'm praying and pushing hard that we are approaching that day, even though our nation is divided in a lot of ways and for a lot of different reasons. I still believe that our nation is at a point that with a few right and critical decisions and few right and critical leaders and a few right and critical actions, that we can see our nation unified like never before. But we're going to have to get rid of all of the labels that divide us and begin to look at what unites us. For the most part, there are extremes on both sides of the aisle, and we have got to stop letting those extremes dictate to the majority of the United States of America how we move forward. And so as an African American today, I want to encourage you to take this month to stand proud on your history and what it means to us and what it means to this country. As a non-African American, I want you to take this month to study African American history, learn more about what African Americans have done to make this the great nation that it is. And as we do that, I believe there will be a chance and opportunity for us to come together. I think we have an opportunity to do something really special here in Tuscaloosa, and I want to encourage you to consider helping us make that happen. I'm running for mayor of Tuscaloosa, and I believe that this is one of those crowning opportunities for us to move this city from good to great. But I can't do it without all of your support. And so go to HoustonForTuscaloosa.com. That's HoustonForTuscaloosa.com. And we will provide more and more information as you go there and search. If you'd like to support us financially, you can do so there as well. I will be coming to you throughout this month with different days of recognition and opportunities as we celebrate Black History Month. If you have any additional questions, like I said, you can go to HoustonForTuscaloosa.com, find out more information, as well as send any questions or emails or comments there. Thank you so much for your time. Remember that God has blessed this great nation, but we must make sure, like on the national level, but even more importantly on the local level, that all people have an opportunity to be a part and partake in the representation of their city and the opportunities of their city. Tuscaloosa, we have a great chance to do that and make sure that all of our citizens have an opportunity to be a part of moving Tuscaloosa from good to great. I'm Martin Houston for mayor, and I appreciate your vote on March 2nd. Thank you and have a blessed day. And remember this, trust in the Lord always, lean not in your own understanding, in all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Roll Tide.